Hi, today we are going to learn line 58, Erie Canal Capers on the flute. And I'm going to walk you through it first, and then we'll look for patterns, and I will play through it for you, and hopefully you'll be able to play along with me. So at the beginning of Erie Canal Capers, of course, we have our treble clef. We have our key signature, which has two flats. The B flat on the third line tells us any Bs are B flats. And then on the fourth space, we have an E flat, which tells us all E's are flat. Then we have our time signature, which is 4/4. 4/4 time. The top number tells us the number of beats per measure. The bottom number is the value of the whole note. So if we had a whole note, it would get 4 beats. And half of a whole is a half of 4 is 2. So if we had a half note, it would get 2 beats. Then half of a half is a quarter, half of 2 is 1. So we know the quarter notes each get 1 beat. Then half of 1 is a half, not 0, and that tells us that each individual eighth note, well, half of a quarter is an eighth. So the eighth notes each get half a beat, and they are all in pairs. So it takes 2 of them to equal 1 beat, like a quarter note. Then our first note is all by itself in this measure. And we know that we have 4 beats in each measure. So this is a pickup note or an anacrusis. The rest of the measure is at the end of the last line. It's at the end of the song. So we have our pickup. We would have a 3-beat count off. And our first note is a G. So thumb, 1, 2, 3, pinky. Then we go to 2 C's. So just index and pinky. E flat is almost everything but this index finger and the pinky. Then we have eighth note E flats. Next measure we go to F's, then a G. So that first little phrase is going to go like this. 1, 2. So you want to make sure to connect the notes, give them their full value and tongue at the beginning of each note. Then as we continue, we've got that quarter rest there. We have a new phrase here. This new phrase only goes to the third beat of this measure, and I'll explain why in a minute. So we're going to start here. We have our G's again. Then we go to 2 eighth note C's, up to 2 E flats, D, you lift the pinky, and then C. So the second phrase is going to go like this. 1, 2, ready? Now, if you need a breath, that's a good place to take it because that G is like the pickup or the anacrusis at the beginning of the tune. And if you notice, it's the same pattern as before. It's the same notes, but let's look at the rhythm. We have 2 quarter note C's like we do here, but now we have 2 eighth notes followed by a quarter instead of quarter followed by 2 eighths. So 3 E flats, 3 F's, and the G. So that phrase, starting from this G, will go like this. 1, 2. And then we end very much the same as we have up in the second phrase. But again, the rhythms are a little different. So instead of 2 eighths and quarters, we have a quarter, the eighths are in the middle, and a quarter on the G's. Then the rest of it is the same. 2 C's, 2 E flats, a D, and a C, and that's where the song ends. So I'm going to put it all together. I'm going to start at the very beginning, and I have a metronome that will play at 108 beats per minute. I'll count off, and hopefully you can play along. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. And that's it for line 58, Erie Canal Capers. If you need to slow it down or break it down so that you are more successful, absolutely do that. No one's going to know but you. And then when you're ready, come back and play along with me. I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you next time.